Thank you. I would never have thought of that. I was just glad to have an audience.
Hey, Julia, I was having trouble too. I had to plug in. Our online stuff isn't working. And I have I wasn't working either.
Sorry I didn't check earlier, but on the bond refinancing resolution, it's pretty long, but you only have to go towards the bottom of the second page, the paragraph that says now be it therefore resolved.
I don't have that to read.
You know, Doug can read it. He's got it online.
Has he got it? Okay. And
volunteering.
where is that?
He knows
Is that
where
coming
to
up?
go. It's the very
Last item? Okay, good. Thank you. Well, this changes the appearance of the chamber significantly. It's nice to see the back row. Hi, everyone. It's a nice evening. Well, we had a couple of adjustments to make. We thank you for staying with us. The next item is the summer program opportunities, some information for the board from Chief Academic Officer Dr. Stacey Dattary. And it's yours again. Thank you and welcome.
Thank you so much. All right, joining me this evening, President DeWitt, Interim Superintendent Eads, and members of the school board. I am joined by, although come here, guys, thank you, Mr. Ben Alexander, Miss Jenny Schilling, and Miss Jody Anderson, and they are all together in various forms and capacities in their work, helping to support all of the summer programming options for our district this summer. So they will be sharing more, and it is just with pleasure that we are able to provide you with this information that we provide actually for our various age groups of students from elementary, middle, and on into high school this summer yet again. The programming would not be possible without their support and the support of many staff members that work with and for them throughout the summer months and in preparation for those months. And so we are very appreciative of everybody's work to kind of extend the learning opportunities for our students. So thank you. There are, tonight we will be sharing with you 4 different program options that the coordinators will share a bit more depth and breadth about in terms of description and the purpose of each of these different programs, the different students that they serve, as well as the various locations and times for these programs. They include Achieve Summer Academy, which is in its 4th year this summer for high school students. Gear Up for middle school, that is in its 1st year, and Gear Up being supported by the Gear Up grant money. Summit JumpStart and Summer Success Club. So first to share with you tonight is Ben Alexander, and he will talk a little bit more about Achieve Summer Academy.
Thank you, Stacy. Good evening, Board of Education. For the past 4 summers, I have felt a sense of irony as the principal of Achieve Summer Academy. As a high school student, I spent 2 summers in summer school for Algebra 1 and Algebra 2. It's needless to say, I can relate to the over 200 students that participate in Achieve Summer Academy. Over the 4 years, I have been a principal of Achieve Summer Academy. I know we have provided the opportunity for hundreds of students to continue their learning during the summer. It has also given these students the chance to graduate high school on time or pursue higher levels of mathematics, which in turn improves their chances of attending more competitive universities. Achieve Summer Academy will have multiple venues to support students in training of teachers available. ASA, as we call it, will have components built in to ensure that if students take on the challenge of summer school, they will be successful by receiving counseling support and added support of UNC tutors from the teacher prep program. We have also hired and will continue to hire exemplary teachers that serve students' needs not only throughout the school year, but also in the summer program. Additionally, we have professional administrative staff and differentiated instruction models of traditional, blended, and fully online to meet the needs of various learners and their circumstances. There are 2 ways a student can gain credit at Achieve Summer Academy during the summer of 2015. There's the accelerated online program, which has accelerated and face-to-face, or online and face-to-face. And secondly, the credit recovery, which uses a blended learning model. In the accelerated courses, students who successfully complete their course will be able to earn 1 full year of high school credit and jump ahead in that subject area. Offerings will include both traditional face-to-face and online learning options. For the face-to-face accelerated courses, students must attend classes from 8 a.m. till 12 p.m., Monday through Thursday, throughout the 32-day program. Students enrolled in the online accelerated courses will complete work at home and will have access to their teachers during established office hours. Our migrant students will be supported by 2 certified cultural and linguistically diverse teachers who will serve as interventionists to help students in their content classes. Here are the program components for Achieve Summer Academy. Credits for acceleration or recovery will be $125 per semester, and skill development course will be $50 for a 2-week session. If students are unable to pay for their course, there's a scholarship application they can fill out, and the cost of their courses will be waived. The registration for ASA started April 6th and ends on May 20th. And they can do their registering for summer classes either online, at school, or at the administration building. Finally, transportation will be provided for all students who need this to Northridge High School. Breakfast and lunch will be provided to students who wish to participate, which is helpful for many of our students. Next, Jenny Schilling will share with you about Gear Up for Middle School and Summer Success Club.
Thank you, Ben. Gear Up for Middle School is an exciting program that is offered to 6th and 7th grade cohort students, expanding the college-going culture being created during the academic year. The 4 days are devoted to career and college exploration activities. We are very excited about the opportunity students will be provided in experiencing a day in the life of a college student, including an overnight stay in the dorms at UNC. Additionally, students will have the opportunity to explore careers such as an anthropologist, a curator, historian at the Museum of Nature and Science, or spend the day in the life of a zookeeper, veterinarian, or animal dietitian at the Denver Zoo. Students will explore not only the job responsibilities of these careers, but also the educational qualifications needed to pursue these career pathways. Another great extended learning opportunity that is being offered is Summer Success Club to our Title I school sites. Summer school programming at our Title school sites has been provided in the past in collaboration with our Summit Extended Learning Program. However, this year Title I funds will be supporting summer school for students attending a Title I school and working towards proficiency in reading and math. This 4-week program is designed to ensure that students do not lose the vital knowledge they gain through the school year. An emphasis is on small group instruction focused on student needs in literacy and math offered in an engaging setting. Jody Anderson will now share with you the final summer program option we have to provide to our students in District 6.
Thank you, Jenny, and good to see everyone. The Summit JumpStart program is funded through the 21st Century Community Learning Grants. And these are 2 grants that we now have in the district. One grant is in its 4th year, so this will be the 4th summer that's offering JumpStart in July. And then we were just awarded our next 21st Century Learning Communities, and we will have our 1st year starting with it. The focus of these programs are also, since they happen at the end of July, are about building on the academic success from the last year, getting the kids jump start in reading, writing, math. This is based in a project-based learning and has a component of service learning as well. All students are welcome through this K-12 program, and they can enroll in the JumpStart program. Since busing and transportation can be a barrier for students, busing is also available for kids in this program. The JumpStart program will run from 8 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. That is when the teachers start, so the actual kids will come at 8:30 and be done at 3:15. Because the day is longer, both lunch and breakfast will be provided through the district's nutrition department. And the JumpStart sites are Centennial, Maplewood, Martinez, and then both K3 and 4-8 will be at Bella Romero 4-8 because of work being done at the K3 site. And John Evans is the middle school, and Northridge. John Evans will be housed at Northridge this summer because of the transition period there. And that's all I have about the 21st Century Grant, and it's for all kids, and it's wonderful. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jody and team. As with all of our schooling opportunities, transportation and nutrition are areas that we work to provide our students whenever possible. And you heard all three of them mention the various opportunities that students will have in terms of transportation, first provided to Achieve Summer Academy, Summit Success Club, and Summit JumpStart programs. Now, while our students must be able to get to the middle schools for the Gear Up Middle School program this summer, transportation is going to be provided for students attending the various off-site activities. And likewise, once again this year, our summer programs have teamed up with our Nutrition Services Department to provide both breakfast and lunch to our students attending Achieve Summer Academy and Summit JumpStart, as well as providing lunch for students attending Summer Success Club. So we're very grateful for the additional support and collaboration around the district for these additional services for our students. So thank you again for your time this evening as we share with you the work of our team and that of our teachers as well as our administrators in moving learning into a summer full of good energy and fun and time well spent learning additional things. So at this time, any one of us would be happy to take any questions you may have. You have to come back up here.
Dr. Richard.
I was just curious about the capacity in the different programs. So the Gear Up for middle school, how many students could actually participate in that? Assuming not every student is going to say, hey, I want to spend my summer.
That's right.
So it's a 4-day program. It's the Tuesday right after Memorial Day, so Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. The Tuesday, so Tuesday and Wednesday, 110 students can participate, and the UNC trip and the overnight stay is 50 students.
It's 50 students. And how are students selected for that?
There's an application process that's taking place right now. The advisors are handing those out to the students, and then there's a rubric that'll be used to, with the criteria to select the students to participate.
Okay. And then in the Achieve Summer Academy, Summer Success Club, JumpStart, about what kind of capacity do we have there?
Well, with Achieve Summer Academy, it's limited by the number of teachers we can hire and the amount of computers that we can put in the room for the credit recovery program. So normally, for the past 4 years, we've averaged between 250 and 300 students a summer. So
It's a chunk.
And the JumpStart program, each school runs its own program. So within that, there are 7 facilitators that are working with their principals as we speak now to build their program. We have anywhere between 40 and 100 kids that go at each site. So that could be, I'm going to say 400 to 600 kids.
So you can see through all combined, we are reaching hundreds of students because these students do not duplicate these programs. So they're in the several hundred students that we're reaching.
And some pretty important opportunities for our kids, so thank you, that's great.
Miss Elise?
Kudos to our kiddos that sign up for these summer programs. It definitely helps keep that stuff going and then into the next year. And thank you to all the staff and everyone that works extra hard during the time of, that some people could be off and they end up doing some of this stuff. It's so important for our kiddos, and you're taking such a huge responsibility and ownership of that. Thank you very much.
One item, I guess, that I would ask to have, probably you do this already and you'll smile and say, okay, but I would like to know that if there seems to be a waiting list or a number of kids at the end of the process that we didn't get to serve, I think the board would be receptive to getting more information about what it would take to meet that need.
Absolutely. In years past, and Ben can speak to this, we really have been able to get the majority, if not every single student, at least started, if not completely through any kind of credit recovery that they need. And he keeps a watchful eye on that and collaborates with the high school principals to make sure that if that summer opportunity is what they need in order to recover credits, and particularly first priority is given to seniors, and we get them in. They do not get on a waiting list. Then we try to accommodate. That said, we absolutely will do a report. We always think it is of importance, and that you all generally want to know and ask for a report on how our summer programs went. And so I'll be sure to add that into the report this next fall.
I knew
when we
you'd do
bring
it
to
anyway,
you.
but thank you for
Yeah,
that.
but thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thanks for asking.
Other comments, questions? Thank you all very much, and thanks to
you.
your colleagues in this
Thank
effort.
you so much.
Dr. Dattery, please don't go away.
Okay.
Okay. I'd like to ask you a little something about the parent satisfaction survey results, an item that has been reported in the newspaper, and we're excited to hear some specific information from you about.
Well, thank you. I am very pleased to be able to share with you the results of the district-wide parent satisfaction survey this evening. This is the 6th administration of this survey. The purpose of the survey is to gather feedback from parents about their perceptions of their children's schools and to inform our improvement process. So since 2006, District 6 has provided parents with an annual opportunity to complete this parent satisfaction survey. Each year, the questions have been asked about whether or not enough people have actually responded to the parent satisfaction survey in order to say really that overall parents are satisfied with their child's school. Consequently, last year we put into place a plan that would increase the number of respondents so that the survey could be more reliable and a better reflection of parents' perceptions across District 6 schools. This list outlines the components of the plan that we have followed again this year, and our goal is to minimally ensure that 35% of our district parents are providing feedback. So in order to accomplish that, we did reduce last year, and this is the same survey we gave this year, so we have 2 years of consistent data respondent and analysis. So we did reduce the number of questions from 20 to 14 in order to hopefully increase parents' willingness to complete the survey. The rating scale gave respondents the opportunity to select a single response to each question from a range of responses that included strongly disagree, disagree, agree, and then strongly agree. And parents were encouraged to complete a separate survey for each child that they have in our district. The survey was made available in English, as well as Spanish, Somali, Burmese, and Karen. We also established an expected response rate. Expectations for the response rate were established at 40% of the students enrolled at each school. In 2015, the survey was made available to schools to give to their parents in the month of February. This year we had approximately 6,391 surveys completed overall. So that many surveys were completed. The number of responses did vary on each survey. And that reflected 40% of student enrollment, which meant 19 of 25 schools met the goal of collecting surveys from the parents of 40% of their student population. And a shout out to Scott Elementary, who actually achieved a high of 78% return rate this year. So this response rate equates to a 1% margin of error and means that these results can be considered a highly reliable measure of parent satisfaction in our district. Following the collection and analysis of response data at a district level, individual summary reports were disseminated to each school. Principals will then share the results with their parent groups and their school accountability committees. They will also share the information with staff members and their building leadership teams to determine next steps for increasing their parent satisfaction rate and incorporating specific strategies into each school's unified improvement plans. So the survey is administered using a multiple choice response sheet where the response options, as I shared with you, ranged from strongly disagree to strongly agree. There was also an area available for respondents to include written comments. I want to share with you these written comments were shared with the Tribune earlier, and I did bring a copy for each of you this evening. These 2 slides identify the percentage of respondents who selected agree and strongly disagree on this slide and the next slide, and the percentages are all quite high, ranging anywhere from 92% to actually 98%, which was quite high this year. And you can see the comparison between last year to this year. We do have comparison for this over a series of years if you are interested in seeing a longer trend in all of these. But do note that these, in this particular year, are exactly the same questions, so that is helpful in comparison. And so the final question, you can see number 14, is overall I am satisfied with my child's school, with 98% of respondents agreeing or strongly agreeing with this statement. We do believe that we can say that our parents are satisfied with their child's school. Some additional highlights that I would just like to share with you that was pointed out, we shared this data with our district accountability committee as well. And they noted that the number of disagree and strongly disagree responses are a very small percentage for each question, which was a good note, and the strongly disagree in particular, there were very few of those, and in some cases it was 0. The largest percentage increase, another note of a highlight, the largest percentage increase this year from last year was question 1 regarding the safety of our schools. And we know that is an area that we want to continue to focus on. And so that was an area that increased as well. And 97% of our students do feel safe at school. Excuse me. So you can see that in 2010 to 2012, approximately 2,500 surveys were completed. This year, 6,391 surveys were completed. And as mentioned, as a district, this reflects 40% of our parents, which is considered a good measure of parent satisfaction in our district. Elementary and high schools, just to share with you a little bit around the methods for parent participation. Elementary and high schools both used the parent-teacher conference days as one venue where many parents were able to complete the surveys. Middle schools sent the surveys home with students through their advisory classes. They'd already had parent-teacher conferences, and so they chose to do it in this venue. High schools also utilized for the second time the online survey that was posted in Infinite Campus Parent Portal homepage. And so I appreciate that the schools and staff did use various ways in which to reach parents, and as many parents as they were able to this time around. And so in closing, as I shared with you a little bit, the ways in which we use this data, we do make sure that all of our principals have this data. They not only have their individual responses and percentages and numbers for each of those different 14 questions, they also have all of their parent comments shared with them as well. They then, as I mentioned, to take that information to parent groups, their school accountability committees, as well as to their staff members and their building leadership teams, because it is important that they incorporate this data into their entire school improvement process planning into this coming year. As I am tonight, these summary reports are shared with the Board of Education and the community through various venues, as well as our district website and the annual report to the community. The administrative team will also incorporate the use of our parent satisfaction survey results into summer leadership training and throughout our district unified improvement planning process as well. Our greatest desire as a district is to have our students at school happy, healthy, safe, and learning each and every day. In addition, we want our parents to be satisfied with their child's school experience, and we will continue to take steps to reach out to parents and to work with them to create positive experiences for them and their children. And I very much appreciate the time that school staff took, and I'm hopeful are feeling pleased with their results and are sharing those broadly. At this time, I would be happy to take any questions or comments you may have.